More proverbs in action. Number 2. You know how they say, as you sow, so you reap? Guess what about it? Well, I'm going to plant these coins and watch them grow. This time next year, I'll be a millionaire. Yeah, we already covered this, but I thought it was pretty fun. There's number 1, there's number 2, there's number 3, there's number 4, there's number 5, and now we're finally number 6, the final 10. We'll start from 51 all the way to 60. 51. Poverty is not a crime. 52. Prevention is better than cure. 53. Rome wasn't built in a day. 54. Silence means consent. 55. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. 56. There's no such thing as free lunch. 57. Variety is the spice of life. 59. You cannot put an old head on young shoulders. And 60. You never miss the water till the well is dry. So here's the thing, 51 all the way to number 60. This is going to be really, really awesome. Let's start off with this. Why is it that you never pay your share of the meal? I haven't any money. Don't you feel guilty about not paying your share? Why? Poverty is not a crime. Alright, so here we go. Poverty is not a crime. Now this means that it's not the fault of the poor that they have no money, and they should not feel ashamed because of it. That's true. Alright, number 2, prevention is better than cure. This one's a little interesting, and this is something that mothers all really, really, really worry about. Now this means that it's better to stop a problem before it becomes a reality, and then to deal with it after it has had time to develop. Why won't you let us play with swords, Mom? Because you might poke each other's eyes out. They have helmets and visors. Well, at least this guy doesn't have a visor, but this guy does have a visor. And if they poke their eyes out, it's their own fault, and they realize their own problem. But we promise to be careful. Prevention is better than cure. So yeah, prevention is better than cure, yes, but I still do think that it's a little bit too much. Like, if you don't want this to happen, just don't buy them swords altogether. They're just mad. I mean, these aren't swords. Okay, next up, we have this. Rome wasn't built in a day. Now this means that it requires time and effort to actually achieve something impressive. I want you to stack up the hay for the winter. Phew, this is hard. What is this? Like, is this medieval times or something? Watch out! Never mind. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, next up, we have this. Silence means consent. Silence means consent. This means that if a person doesn't make it known that they object to something, it's reasonable for them to do it. So, like, if you can't talk and you can't go ahead and accept something, but you can't deny it either, they're probably going to assume you accepted it. I'm sorry you've lost your voice, dear, but we really must decide what we're doing this afternoon. You know, he might have lost his voice, but he can still write something. Shall we go shopping? What's that, dear? Shopping it is, then. Silence means consent. But I hate shopping! You can immediately see that this guy doesn't want to go shopping. And he's like, no, I don't want shopping. It's like, shopping it is, then. Silence means consent. Bang. That's pretty good. Okay, and next up we have the darkest hour is just before the dawn. Now this means that things often seem to be at their worst before they even get better. We've been lost in these woods for hours. What was that? I'm scared. I'll never get out of here alive. You must be brave. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. Alright, here we go. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Now this means, well, this means that nothing is free. Any benefit that you receive has to be paid for in some way. Interesting story about this. This is based on like that. There's no such thing as free lunch. This was created like in America in the olden days when there was this offer at like all these lunch bars where they're like, okay, here's a deal. We'll offer you free lunch as long as you go ahead and buy a drink to go with each of your lunches. So you still have to buy a drink even though you get your free lunch. You can't just choose the free lunch and not buy your drink. Apparently, that was not allowed on the promotion sale. But it worked. People bought more and people were able to go ahead and go in there more. Because well, people see the word free, they always go in. Until they realize there's like something to go ahead and realize they're not actually free. Do you think it's safe to eat? I'll be very careful if I was you. There's no such thing as a free lunch. It looks alright to me, and I'm hungry. Now he's someone's free lunch. Okay, next up, it is this. Variety is the spice of life. Now, variety is the spice of life. This means that doing different things makes life way more interesting. Whereas if you go ahead and do different things, then you will go ahead and you understand lots of other things. Alright, I love vampire stories. I've read every book about vampires I could find. But now I have nothing to read. What's this? A book about horses? I love book about horses now. Variety is the spice of life. So after horses, what is it going to be? Okay, next up we have this. You are never too old to learn. This means that even old people can learn new things. Well, the trouble is, can you learn well? Are you too old to learn well? Are you sure they want us to teach you how to break dance? Of course, you're never too old to learn. Ugh! Don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow. Well, they're worrying, alright, because they don't want an injury on their hands. And who's going to pay that medical bill? Him. And who's going to pay the dance bill? Him. He's going to pay for all the bills. Alright, and next up we have, you cannot put an whole head onto young shoulders. This means that you can't expect young people to behave with the wisdom of much older people. You can't expect them to very smart, but also be very youthful. You and I both know that this will end badly. He's bound to have an accident sooner or later, but it's no good telling him. He won't listen to us. Yeah. Oh! We could have told him that would happen, but you cannot put an old head on young shoulders. Well, number one, you didn't even try. Number two, well, that's kind of mean. Okay, next up, we have this. You never miss the water till the well is dry. This means that it's only when something is no longer available that you really, really value that thing. I'm down to my very last drop of petrol, but here's a petrol station at last! Sorry, no petrol. Oh no! What's the use of a petrol station without any petrol? Now what do we do? Just our luck. You never miss the water till the well is dry. They're not exactly in walking gear either. Especially the woman, she has high heels. You think you can walk properly in that for miles on end? And what happened to the car? Did you just abandon it? Well, yeah, that seems to be the case. Oh, and next time, we'll be doing phrasal verbs in action, number 1. And until then, 喜欢老 peace. Bye-bye. Peace out.